Do you want to finally learn how to make videos? Don't feel like paying crazy sums or monthly subscriptions for the rest of your life? Tired of annoying watermarks? Or living like a pirate?
FBI, open up!
There is one way. Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a brand new series where we are going to learn together how to make some amazing videos in DaVinci Resolve. This video is just going to be a little intro, however, I think you will learn a lot even in this one. If you want to skip to any point in the video, I have timestamps ready for you in the video description, so feel free to skip around however you want. I want to, of course, introduce the series properly, but I'm not gonna force any of you to watch it, so you know the options. That said, the last thing I would want is to bore you or waste your time, so I'm going to try to make my tutorials as quick and to the point as possible. This will be a 6-part series. Each part will deal with one particular section of DaVinci Resolve, and the parts should be around 10 minutes long, so that's an hour in total. In an hour, you can learn what took me 10 years. Now, all of this should be pretty professional experience delivered to you for free. So if you want to support me, you can do so using the link in the description and my Patreon page. First of all, I'd like to tell you my reasoning on why DaVinci Resolve is the best video editor. I have worked in Sony Vegas, which became Magix Vegas, for over 10 years, and my problems began to pile up during that time. After I started studying multimedia, I began to look over the shoulders of my friends who were using Adobe Premiere at that time, and I saw the software was superior to Vegas. It was faster, it looked better, so I tried it. I made a whole student film in Premiere. I also used After Effects for some of my projects, but everything just led me to DaVinci Resolve. I've been using the program for over a year now, and that's for several reasons. The first one, it's completely free, and I mean really free, without watermarks, without any restrictions, trials, free. Now you might be saying, hold on a second, how is it possible that this fully professional piece of software is free? It's actually pretty simple. Blackmagic Design primarily makes money as a hardware company. That means they're counting on you as a beginner filmmaker to adopt their free software above the competition and maybe in the future purchase their camera. These of course have great synergy with the software, but that's stuff for professionals. We are dealing with tutorials for beginners here. The advantage number 2, and even a bigger one in my opinion, is the fact that DaVinci Resolve is an all-in-one solution. You can do everything in DaVinci Resolve: editing, sound editing, color grading, even advanced compositing effects. That is an equivalent of Adobe Premiere, After Effects and Audition all in one. With Adobe, you not only have to pay a pretty expensive subscription, but you have to change between the applications, whereas in DaVinci Resolve, you have all inside one program. Using the other options, I'm not even going to talk about in detail. For example, in Sony Vegas, if you wanted to do some advanced effects, you would have to do them in Adobe After Effects, then render a file and import it back to Vegas. That's very slow and ineffective. So if you want to make great videos and you want to make them for free, all you gotta do is come to this page right here, take a deep breath and press the download button. Then just choose the right version for your OS. Now, what's the difference between Resolve and Resolve Studio? Well, there are some more advanced effects and decompression algorithms in the Studio version that the average Joe won't even need. I personally have bought it because I needed to edit footage from professional cameras, and that's something I couldn't do with specific formats in DaVinci Resolve, non-studio. For our purposes though, it should be more than enough, so click left. Now you might get a little scared by this form, but there's no need to. You can fill it up with useless information if you don't mean it seriously. Now if you want to be a good boy or girl and have nothing to hide, feel free to fill in your contact details and press register and download. While we're downloading the software itself, let's talk about some options how to get the material you want to edit. That means video, music, sound effects. One way, of course, is to just grab your camera, your DSLR, mirrorless, or your GoPro, and go out there and shoot something, like a video. You can also use your phone, that's really no problem nowadays. If you want to make gameplay videos or software tutorials like me, you can always go the way of screen capture. There are several ways to capture your screen. I have two favorites. One of them is the famous OBS, Open Broadcaster Software. What it enables you to do is to build complex scenes with multiple sources like gameplay and your webcam and so on. You can even add pictures or overlays, and that's why it's so popular for streaming. The second option, at least if you have an NVIDIA card like me, is GeForce Experience, also known as NVIDIA Shadowplay. With this one, you can fully utilize your GPU to make the video recording process not as stressful for your PC. I like to combine OBS and GeForce Experience simultaneously so I can have two video streams, my webcam and my gameplay, and then later combine them in post-production. This allows me to freely manipulate with my webcam. I can color grade it separately, I can zoom deep into it, and I don't lose any quality in the process. It's of course a little more challenging in the post-production, but you have many more options when dealing with two streams instead of just one. What you can also do with GeForce Experience is save highlights from the past. You can just set up a hotkey, the program automatically records your screen, and you press the key when you want to save a highlight and then later edit it. So now you should have a video or two, and you should have a software to edit it in. The next things you'll probably need is some music and some sound effects. And that's where the YouTube audio library comes in. This is again a completely free audio library with music and sound effects included. You can also sort the music by genres, instruments, and more. For the video we'll be making, we'll need something a little bit dramatic and cinematic, so let me see. This track called Eyes of Glory right here. Let's see how it sounds. Well, seems like one of the most overused songs on YouTube, but hey, it's free and our video is supposed to be funny. You'll see what I mean when I make it, so I'm just pressing download. When you start making some serious money with your videos, you can afford better options like Epidemic Sound or Artlist. The music is a lot better, but it's not free anymore. Now, as an experienced YouTuber and video maker, I will share one of my tricks with you. You can download any YouTube video with this simple trick. You'll have to be careful around the copyright there, but it's pretty useful at times. Just open any YouTube video and edit the URL address. You have to add pp after the word YouTube. Now just press enter, a page pops up and you can download your video. You can convert any video into either an MP4 file with the highest resolution possible, or in our case we just want the audio, so MP3 will do fine. You can see the file size pretty low, but the quality should be alright. So you just press download, download again, and you have your sound effect. Alright, it looks like DaVinci Resolve's finally downloaded, so it's ready to install. You just have to open this archive and open the exe file inside. It will automatically unzip, and the installation itself is pretty straightforward. You just have to give it all the permissions, click next, 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 and you only have to install the essentials. You don't have to install any utilities or drivers for studio hardware. It's just a simple software installation. But if you have any problems, feel free to leave a comment down below. So let's sum it up. What you've learned today is going to enable you to gather up everything you need to make a video. Wildlife footage, screen capture of your favorite game, music, sound effects, anything you need. And several ways to get it for each. And we have also downloaded and installed DaVinci Resolve, by far the best software for creating videos. In the next video, we'll take all of these assets you can now see on screen that I have prepared, we'll take them and combine them to make an amazing, beautiful video called Anagot 3. Thank you so much for watching this video. This is my first video ever where I'm talking in English on the internet. Wow. So any feedback is appreciated. I read all the comments below my videos, and if there's a reasonable question, I tend to answer it. Now again, all of this is for free, so if you want to support me, feel free to visit my Patreon page and toss me a coin or two. Every single dollar is greatly appreciated. The next part should be out in about a week, but I can be a little slow on the translation. So, in the meantime, feel free to check my other videos. All of them should have at least English subtitles because, like I said, this is my first ever English video where I'm actually speaking the language. I guess there's nothing more to say other than feel free to smash the like button, subscribe, ring the bell, and I'll see you in the next one.